welcome to 709 Meridian, an audio commentary podcast. My name's Andrew.
And this is D.
And we are into the summer of sequels. And it is time to finish up the Conan duology with 1984's Conan the Barbarian, directed by Richard Fleischer. Nope, Conan the
This is the
Destroyer.
Destroyer. Yes.
Thank you. Has nothing to do with the movie. And it is Arnold's back with a lot of lines.
Yeah, he gets to talk a lot in this one.
Mako.
Yes, Mako returns.
And that is it for returners.
From the first film. Sven.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Shows up.
Sven shows.
As another, henchman. But we have
a helmet.
And I think a fake mustache.
Okay.
I don't know. Who else? We got your Wilt Chamberlain, who's not bad in this. Sarah Douglas. And Olivia Dabo, the very young Olivia Dabo.
14 at the time of filming. Just keep that in mind as you watch this movie.
And of course, the Amazon Queen herself, Grace Jones, is in the house.
Could have done a spinoff.
Yeah, it should have done a spinoff.
Now, Conan the Destroyer did better internationally than Conan the Barbarian, but it still did fine domestically. What killed it, as we talked about last week, was the Red Sonja follow-up, which reunited Schwarzenegger with the director. And apparently I'm wrong, unless there's no trivia about it. I wonder if there's a Red Sonja audio commentary. But Conan, Schwarzenegger at some point decided he wasn't playing Conan, so he's playing somebody else. So it breaks the continuity or something. And then it was a huge bomb. Red Sonja was a bomb on the level of, God, I don't know. It was a bigger bomb than Supergirl, I think. So it was a big 80s bomb.
Wow.
And then the trivia says that instead of making... So last time I said that Arnold had to sign for 4 Conans. Apparently he signed for 4 movies with Dino. And after making Raw Deal with Arnold, Dino decided he did not want to be in the business of making movies with Arnold. And neither of them enjoyed the experience of making a PG Conan. And so they broke up. And we never got Conan the Conqueror. And we never got King Conan. Or we have not yet gotten King Conan. Arnold, whatever, man. Shoot it in your backyard, bro. Make your kids be in it.
Get her done.
Make that fucking Legion of Children be in it. Okay.
Should he get the son, the illegitimate? He could be the young Conan in flashbacks or some shit. Anyway,
because those Kennedy genes, those Maria Shriver genes helped out. Patrick has got the body, but not the fucking... He's also tall. It's so weird. He was in something we saw. Anyway. All right. Here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Play.
Yee.
Also, last week I made a comment about the Salkinds doing Conan. This feels like a mid-80s Salkinds. This feels like Supergirl, and it feels like what I've seen of Santa Claus the movie. Like, the set design in this is so cheap.
Well, it seems like they wanted to emulate the comic, maybe, a little more in this one.
Thundar the Barbarian or something, like a live... It's very different. Supposedly it was shot for an R rating, which makes it even weirder because the very content of it, of Conan being kind of like, this is Arnold in a... I don't know when the next time we'd see Arnold in this mode is, because he's a nice guy. Like, he's a big sweetheart in this. Is he a big sweetheart in... Yeah, he's a big sweetheart in Commando. You got Grace Jones. So yeah, Wilt Chamberlain, who looks great in the movie. Like whoever had the idea of just having Wilt Chamberlain as a barbarian clad warrior, good idea. And then, of course, Olivia Diabo. We will. I mean, you could see, like, in good conscience, we should go through this with the USA Up All Night scrubber because, like, there's no reason to have to use the phrase 14-year-old's cleavage, which Dino very clearly did. There's Will. Okay, Basil Polidorus is back. Music's a little bit better. Frank J. Whatever. He is a famous editor. We've seen other stuff written by Frank Urasode, and this has really good editing at times, and I feel like it's just Dave Fleischer. We also get Jack Cardiff, legendary color cinematographer, going back to the 40s, shot this. Story by Roy Thomas and Jerry Conway when they were writing sword and sorcery shit. And then did Stanley Mann write the I feel like he wrote.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Also, in case anybody's wondering why Arnold is always fucking greasy and got no clothes on, that is because Richard Fleischer wanted him undressed 99% of the time. Direct quote. Okay, no, I thought Stanley Mann might have written those fucking movies we just watched. The Salt and Pepper.
Oh.
No, Stanley Mann actually had a legit career in the 60s, and then I don't know, he wrote Russian Roulette, which is like a
Oh, there's Finn.
Oh, is he
got a helmet on.
Okay. Which is a George Siegel spy movie from the mid 70s that is hard to get the right version of or whatever. Breaking Point, starring Bo Svensson and Robert Culp, directed by Bob Clark. So yes, very strange career. Circle of Iron, Omen 2, Meteor, Firestarter the same year as this. So he was kind of a he was a Firestarter was Dino, so he was just a Dino hack. Here we have Tracey Walter, who at some point watching this, you will realize that Tracey Walter is sucking the energy out of every scene, and that they actually cut interactions with him. Like he will have one-liners, but they're call and response. So he'll like ask the group a question and you'll never get an answer. And it's because they were like, we didn't want any more of this than we needed. Like, it's really disappointing. Because this idea of giving Conan a sidekick of, Arnold has that in many of his movies to make up for certain acting deficiencies for a while.
Is this post? No, this is 84, so this is around the time of Terminator, right?
Yeah, it's before Terminator. So this one came out in June. Or maybe let's see. I feel like Terminator was fall. Yeah, Terminator was October. So, but this was acknowledging that Arnold had a large, kid fan base. And I mean, to some degree, his performance seems like he's ready to turn, and other than when he's beating up on poor fucking animals, which is a
Of course.
recurring bit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he's very much the Arnold of, telling the kids to drink their milk and go to gym every day.
Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, without the grit.
Mm. Oh,
Because Arnold hadn't really gone R-rated yet, right? I mean, Conan was R-rated, but he hadn't really sort of defined himself as an action and as an
yeah,
R-rated action star.
that was around Commando Raw Deal.
Yeah, Commando, Raw Deal, Predator, Running Man,
Mm-hmm. That was a
Red
whole
Heat.
string. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get Twins, which is where he starts doing the comedy. Total Recall's the comeback to sci-fi, same
Mm-hmm.
year as comedy. Then you had Terminator 2. You'd think I could remember everything after that. Well, Last Action Hero was the one that sort of,
Yeah, that squashed everything for
yeah,
a
that
minute.
derailed every. I mean, that kind of derailed everything in general because he did Junior and he did True Lies. Junior was like a mild success, I feel like.
Mm.
True Lies was a hit, but
Yeah, True
then
Eyes was a hit.
he took another year off, and then he
Ah,
was Jingle All the Way was the one that was a piece of shit, and that didn't
mm,
help. And then Batman and Robin, and then it was just all
yeah.
it was all downhill.
So here we have Sarah Douglas.
Her first time on the pod since Return of Swamp Thing, unfortunately, I think.
Yep. Nick Avery cornrows.
Yes. So I can't tell if the cornrows are just her headgear or if they are.
I don't think that's supposed to be her hair.
All right. That's a lot. That's a lot going on. We'll have to keep an eye. She has an interesting wardrobe, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this movie, we haven't seen the head flying yet. Um, and this doesn't really get spoken about in the same breath as Gremlins and Temple of Doom. But this was a sign that maybe there needed to be a PG plus too.
Yeah. Yeah, this was
Um,
definitely one of the deciding.
so there's probably not Sandal Bergman.
Right. Very odd.
I guess Milius was too busy to do it, or he didn't get along with Dino. Supposedly, Universal wanted it to be PG,
Mm.
but the original cut was still R because of the violence, but they took it out. But if you watch the movie, apparently there's supposed to be Sarah Douglas seducing Arnold, but um,
Mm.
it's a weird vibe considering he's on this mission to resurrect Valeria, and she's like, I mean, but do you want to fuck? And he's like, I mean, sure, we should do that. But yeah, this is I mean, it's not really He-Man because I don't know.
Well, it's
It,
in the vein of
I
this
just
was around the time it got popular.
yeah, it just because I mean, it'd be Masters was they probably started talking about an adaptation.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, Conan is very He-Manish in this.
but it feels more like Thundar the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he's as boorish as Thundar.
all right, so here we're gonna get the another return.
Yeah, call back to the first movie. Uh, oh, this is
And
the guy that they I think ripped off or something.
Okay, so here we get that Tracey Walter has memory of the events of the first film.
Yeah, which he wasn't even present.
So he's seen. We are. I think we discussed this beforehand. We're in the Kelvin verse, where Tracey Walter is the guy from the first movie.
Double tie. Yeah.
Yeah, which sounds miserable because Tracey Walter's fucking. He's not as obnoxious with Arnold because Arnold's playing a cartoon character, not quite happily, but enthusiastically enough. But once Tracey Walters like acting opposite Grace Jones and shit, you're just like, no, this is not an
It
acceptable
sucks
use of
because
Grace Jones in this time.
they have to make her play off of him too.
Jeff Corey, a familiar face from genre films. I'm not sure if he's been on before. Um, we are now filming in Mexico City, instead of Spain. So this is about Dino's on a budget. Now, if you are thinking that it seems like Sarah Douglas wants to get it on with the statue in a minute, supposedly there's a cut scene of that. So the first movie had cannibalism, which we said was too far, but it turns out the second movie wanted to have statue fucking, but instead it had to just deal with being creepy to a little kid. And probably drawing attention to that, like the violence and just the way Olivia Diabo is played in this is just like you don't want negative attention on a Conan movie for unforced airs. Here we go. Got to massage the.
Looks like they're using sets from the Ten Commandments.
Yeah. Just be happy with that until you get to the other sets, like the ice castle set is
I hate that the way it looks
bad.
now.
Yeah.
Through adult eyes.
Well, also we haven't talked about Conan's gonna wrestle in this because clearly WWF was coming up and they were like, Dino was like, he's got to wrestle.
This is really the heart of 1984. Like this and breakdancing movies.
Yeah. That would be a 14-year-old child.
I wonder what number she was on Wilt's list.
Supposedly based on the IMDb, he was appropriate and looked out for her on the set, which would be nice because she clearly needs, somebody to look out for her on the set. Like,
Yeesh.
What the fuck?
Yikes. She would be Disney ripe.
Right? Like,
God.
She'd maybe be getting her own shot at a Disney series after putting in like 4 years of work on like as a fucking little sister's friend on something. Yeah. Not with Dino.
Yeesh.
Okay, everybody pay attention because guess what? Olivia Diablo is gonna be sacrificed. That's her whole mission. calling Conan the King of Thieves is interesting too. It seems like there should have been some setup to that. Like, okay,
Well,
so
they just ripped off a bunch of
yeah,
jewels or whatever.
but having that scene and somebody talking about him being the King of Thieves. Okay, so here we're gonna do some like Jason and the Argonauts type visuals. So this has solid fantasy movie visuals for
Yeah,
a good portion of it. It's the like detail. It's like
the
they did
sets.
great. Yeah, when they were doing they didn't do great when they're doing composites, but they didn't do bad for
Oh,
84. We'll talk about them. But they didn't do bad for whatever matte paintings or whatever they used. Like they did a fine job with that. And spoiler alert, Fleischer's a lot better at sword fights than John Milius ever was. Like the sword fight between Arnold and Sven in this is solid. Like, okay, so apparently we're coming to a Dungeons and Dragons reference, according to the trivia, that they intentionally wanted this reference in here. That's a, yeah. Okay, so that's what Dipshit said. He said Akiru. I didn't have the subtitles on last night. Yeah, so here we're gonna get a beheading and a head flying through the air, but we're also gonna get the return of Mako, which is nice because he earns his check versus
yeah. I like they gave him more to do on this.
yeah, but arguably still not enough. Like Tracey Walter is gonna perv on Grace Jones, and it's really uncool because she didn't get to fucking kill him. But if Mako had had a crush on her, that would have been fun. Like, okay, you just saw the flying decapitated head in the PG movie.
But that's very Star Wars too.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing is like
You can see the limb, but you can't see the severing of.
I mean the head flying through the air is a bit.
Yeah, it is seeing the head at all. They've taken it down now to you see the shadow of the head.
Yeah, but I mean Conan, except when he doesn't fuck people up, people get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so weird because okay, so here we have another fine
Mm-hmm.
composite and matte. We got three levels of composite here, I think. Um, but this whole setup of Conan just assembling a gang, like for the movie, it fucking works. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing wrong with it. We didn't talk about
Well, it's also because Arnold doesn't have to do the heavy lifting. He's got more dialogue, but
yeah, but
they're kind of unsure that he
they're
could
on
lead.
yeah, but they also yeah, but they nobody's really got a lot of heavy lifting.
No. They came at night.
It's too bad because I don't think they could have made like a good third one in 1987 with like fucking Dino would have been releasing it
Well,
himself. It would have
then you
been
gotta take into account making a Conan movie with superstar Arnold. where he's not as jacked. He's got too much dialogue. You know what I mean? Or that would probably be 90s Arnold.
Yeah, that'd be 90s. 87 would have still been.
Yeah, he still would have been hungry for it. Yes. Grace Jones. Azula, who was actually a dude character in the comic, I think.
Yes, Jerry and Roy Thomas were upset about that, I guess, or at least Roy Thomas was. I don't know if you're tracking this, but Roy Thomas's new thing is saying that he fucking created everything and he wants credit for it, and everybody else going, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude?"
Oh, wow.
Like he wants credit for creating Wolverine or something. And they're like,
Oh,
"Why would you have credit?" And they're like, "Well, I was the editor." And they're like, "Eh."
no. No, dude.
But then he's just like talks all sorts of other shit now. Yeah, he's really burned through whatever. I guess he was resentful that he didn't have a legacy. Ugh. I feel like they all will also see that there are some locations they barely had time to shoot on because we're going to see some actual gorgeous shots in this movie at certain points. Um, and but then there are others where you feel like they just did not have a lot of time.
Yeah, look at that.
We got like face hits breaking the skin. Like
Damn.
you wouldn't be able to do this as a PG-13 and like wasn't Twister PG-13?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like of the Twister era of PG-13 movies, you wouldn't have been able to do that in PG-13.
Uh-uh.
Because Twister hasn't got shit in it. Like
No, not
Twister's
a
got it
CGI
might
flying cows.
scare a kid. Is when they
Mm-hmm.
started doing might intense sequences might scare children or whatever.
Right, if it gets windy, because it was there wasn't a monster in Twister. It was a you know weather. It was a storm. It was a tornado. Something that could actually happen. So you had to warn the kids.
So I guess Grace and Wilt Chamberlain didn't get along. They
Wow.
made Grace and Wilt Chamberlain do 90% of their own stunts. And so at one point she hurt him because she wasn't doing the stunt right. But their characters do not bond well.
Uh-uh.
Um, this also at times reminded me of the American International Pictures. It reminded me of a like what if people the time forgot all of a sudden had a really big budget sequel or something for that
Uh-huh.
series. Like
Uh-huh.
everybody's got a hat.
Yeah,
You
some
either
type
got
of
a
headgear.
hat or you got a headband.
Mm.
We could have tracked Conan's where he loses the headband, the fancy headband. Okay, wait, I did like this.
With the
Like how
exception of what's his face, I don't think Tracey Walters has a hat.
no, but he's got a headband.
Oh, he's
And
got a headband.
he's gonna wear his bathrobe with a hood for a while. Okay, you can't fucking say Captain Marvel had the first scene with some lady beating the shit out of some dude in the
Right.
desert. It's this.
Well, it's
I know. I know.
it's a lot of things.
We can't
Mainly,
have fucking nice things, is what it
yeah.
is. We can't have a fucking. People are like, gee, I wonder if
Whoa.
Brie Larson's ever coming back. And it's kind of like, not if she can help it. Like,
Right.
nobody wants
Damn
to
shame.
fucking do it. We should have had a fucking trilogy and a fucking spin-off movie. 3 movies and a spin-off is what Captain Marvel should have been.
Yeah. But they still got to wrap up Photon.
We'll see.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Because the X-Men are due to appear. Or some of the X-Men.
Yeah.
God damn.
I do not. You watch Thunderbolts, though. I still haven't watched that.
And,
Here's the thing. Fantastic Four needs to be great. Marvel has never really like
mm,
there's some Marvel movies that I really do like, but
mm,
none of them had to be great
no.
for for the fucking connected universe to continue.
Mm,
And had 709 Meridian started in 2010 with Marvel movies and shit, we would be discussing what happens when you don't just deal with single character or single team franchises and try to fucking interweave them and all the problems that's going to lead to. And now the fucking it's leading to the problems, and we're seeing what happens when you try to do that.
mm-hmm.
But like they've never been in a position where they have to fucking deliver on
No.
so many fronts. Like because this reminded me of like big budget American International. um it reminded me of British special effects is what I'm saying, folks. I said what I said. Okay, so
But I like the animation.
yeah,
It
I
just
mean,
could have looked
I
more.
wish they had this much courage in Supergirl. Like,
Yeah. Because her fighting a fucking invisible monster just doesn't
no, they should have just fucking done it. Like,
animate the goddamn thing.
we're gonna see the same problem that Supergirl has to some degree in this. Like, you can't, it's very weird. Supergirl is a very weird movie because the script is written that Kara is supposed to age 4 years or something.
Mm.
That's not what happens on screen. It's that old girl gets a different haircut,
Yeah, she changes clothes.
but it's still written like she's supposed to be like a fawning tween or
Mm.
something, which is weird because Matt Frewer tries to rape her and then she wants to screw Hart Bochner. Not
Mm.
appropriate, age appropriate. At the end of this movie, we're going to get, oh, it was about the princess the whole time. And you're just like, no, was it? What the fuck are you talking about? That's not what it's about at all. Okay, so here we are in the fucking ice set. I was hoping that this was going to lead to us talking about liking dying another day again. It will not because this is a shitty, shitty, shitty set. This is the best shot of the ice palace, the exterior shot of the
Mm.
miniature in water. Like, they just, this is where like American International wouldn't have gone this fucking cheap. The set we're about to see. Okay, so there's Tracey Walter's outfit for a while, and I believe this is the moment where I realized he was just gonna fucking suck because all he does is whine, and everybody has to interact with his whining,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing to it. Also, we find out that basically wizardry in the Conan verse is just like fucking all-purpose magic. Like you can
Mm.
just do anything. It's great. He just was able to locate her and had a vision of the past. Doctor Strange could never. They should have had. Was Mako still alive when Doctor Strange 1 came out?
I don't
Mako's
think
still
so.
alive now. No, he's not. 2006. Shit. Oh,
Like
damn.
his last thing was one of those Ninja Turtle movies.
His last thing was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2007.
Yeah.
And sadly, Rise Blood Hunter, the Lucy Lawless, or not Lucy Lawless, the Lucy Liu vampire movie that should have been badass, but Sebastian Gutierrez sucks.
Oh.
He's the guy who directs Gothica and The Eye, the American version. Oh, he wrote Snakes on a Plane. He's is he better be married to. Yes, he's been with Carla Gugino since 1996. So
Ugh.
the
Wow.
reason she never broke out is because this guy
Man, he sucks.
made
Ugh.
his he really likes looking at his girlfriend in outfits, and he turned that into her career for a while, everybody. And
Well,
she didn't nobody asked Carla Gugino to act for ages. And
man, once upon a time she was on the verge.
yep. Okay, so here we go again. Mako is going to be able to find them another entrance to this shithole set. Like,
Well,
it just,
it
it's
looks like something
bad.
off a Disney ride. That's what it looks like.
It does. It looks like they're in the fucking penguin section of a bad zoo. Like, like this isn't like if you go to the zoo, you're like, hey man, they're mistreating the penguins. People are like, it's 1984. Haven't you heard of SeaWorld? You're like, nah, we're still going to talk about this. They're mistreating the penguins. But yeah, it looks like the backdrop at a ride.
Disney
And
Frozen Spectacular.
well, I mean, like
Oh, oh, oh.
Clash of the Titans wasn't cheap looking like this, right? So like the other problem, and this is what Red Sonja next year, and I don't know when we'll get around to it. We're going to do our sandal season, and some maybe we'll try to do some burn offs in good focus seasons or something. But um, cheaping out on this shit to the point where people couldn't distinguish it from the direct to video ones that were starting, or the not the direct to video, but like the Beastmaster. If the Beastmaster looks better than your movie, then that's a big problem. Like,
Well, my thing is, I think they did these on the cheap, this one on the cheap,
yeah, it's
so
too much
that
Dino.
if Red Sonja had been a hit, then the next Conan would have been like, it would have looked more, professional, or it wouldn't have had cheap sets like this.
But it's got cheap sets, but then it's got this thing, which is, it doesn't look great, but it's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
they're working it a little bit more. This was also, wasn't Neverending Story 84?
Yep.
Okay. Never-ending Story, what people don't understand is the Europeans hadn't made anything that looked like Never-ending Story that the Americans had seen in ages. And they wouldn't again for years. Not to be a complete dick about it, but go watch what's that Roland Emmerich movie with Michael Perrier? Um, it's one of the it's like it's they're flying around in the future and it just looks like shit. It's because European special effects always look like shit. Never-ending Story doesn't look like shit, which makes it amazing, which puts Conan in a different arena than the Barbarian was in. Like, this was not the time to be cheaping out on this. If you really wanted this to be the franchise, this was not the time to cheap out on it.
Well, also, they were doing like, the foreign guys did like, they all did what Canon did. They robbed Peter to get to Paul.
Yeah.
They made money off of something and then they used that money for something else. And I think some of the money around this era being De Laurentiis, right?
Oh, yeah. Dino, come on now.
They were, I want to say they might have shuffled a lot of it away for King Kong Lives.
Well, this would
have been around the time it was in development, right?
Yeah.
So, then there's the animated movies, which bombed.
Well, I'll bet, or I won't bet, but I do want. Look at this terrible fucking set. Like, they are supposed to be curtains, and we'll see why in a bit, but it still looks like shit. Also, it never occurs to Wilt to break it with his big axe until the action scene starts. It's fucking hilarious. Also, Conan is transfixed, so he doesn't realize what's going on. This is when I realized that there were going to be lots of like the resolution to all this, like, yeah.
Oh, it's also, somebody saw Game of Death.
Somebody saw Game of Death, but also we're going to see.
Or not Game of Death, fucking Enter the Dragon.
We're going to also see, this could have been really good. I was going to make Eyes Wide Shut jokes here, but they don't go anywhere. Also problematic teenage girl portrayal, though acknowledging it. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry. So this is where we get the wrestling scene, however. Also in the opening credits, there was some creature name designed by Carlo Rambaldi. Carlo Rambaldi designed.
Oh, this and the creature at the end, right?
Yeah. Well, this creature, you mean Lizard Boob Man? It's called Ape in the credits, but it's a lizard man. But then at one point he has bright red breasts. There's no other way to say it.
This is a Nintendo villain. This is who you fight before you move on to the next level. Roar! Behold my very human eyes.
Okay, so this is the wrestling scene. This is not the scene that has the good sword fighting. It might have good sword fighting at the end, but it's going to have a lot of wrestling for a while. And no, the close-ups and the bad Fleischer stuff.
Down
goes Conan. But wait. Look at the muscles. So yeah, Fleischer made Arnold work out for this, which just sounds shitty, right?
Oh.
Like, I'm not saying, what was it, Tobey Maguire's tennis elbow that he wanted more money for Spider-Man 3 for or whatever.
Oh, wow.
But like, there's the red boobs. Like, what the fuck is going on?
What the hell?
Yeah, because
Right?
they're like pulsating. Like, what is happening? Okay.
Well, you know what? That's
Um,
probably a different version of the creature
right.
makeup, you know, before
The
they
creature
fight scene.
that's not as good as a fucking monster in it's not as good as Arcane Monster. Like that's a problem if you're not as good as Arcane Monster.
Yeah.
Like
Well, look at the back of the head.
yeah. We needed John Milius. We had lots of things to say about John Milius, and there's some things he didn't do well, but he also didn't do wrestling. And
Well, yeah, I don't think he would have done all this
no,
magic and monsters like.
Milius also liked crane shots. He liked and angles. Milius liked angles. Fleischer doesn't like angles. But he does. We'll get to him. There, oh God, that's right. There is still some like absolutely beautiful direction coming up, or at least composition and beautiful photography. All right. Now we're gonna get Arnold directly addressing the wizard because what has happened is this is some sort of weird spell where the wizard has used these hidden behind these mirrors. Just wait for the exposition here. How
Mm-hmm.
the fuck would Art Conan know this? Like, why would he think he's behind one of the mirrors? We didn't see that. Like, why didn't
But
you taunt him?
it's one of those things where you got to give Conan more lines.
Well, it's also strange that, like, this movie doesn't have a Max Van Sydow.
All right.
Like,
Yeah, where's Christopher Lee playing this guy?
or something like that. There's just nothing. Like, okay, so he's now going to grab the stone in his, he knows it'll kill him, but he just wants to see what's going to happen because he's failed his mission. And because he was going to have her touch the stone too, but we don't know for what purpose.
All right.
Because the stone is just the first part of the quest. There's going to be a whole other. Oh, look, Wilt Chamberlain
Hey,
used
busts right
his.
through. No
Yep.
problem.
Dumb set. Like, for it. And just the like glass or the light reflecting shit. I'm sorry. It reminds me of Battlestar Galactica. It feels very.
Cylon.
This movie feels very 19 like 81 for a 1984 sequel.
Yeah.
Except the Dino feeling comfortable enough trying to creep on a teenage girl thing. That was very 1984 until they put the brakes on it. At least for Hollywood. Luc Besson would make it his personality.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All righty. Get the jewel in the bag and let's go.
Arnold, stand over there. I will stand over here and look heroic. Like an action figure mold.
Well, time to go. Get out of here! Get to the chopper!
Why do I have a Rambo 4 headband? I don't understand. A Rambo 3.
Oh. There's a lot of cave-ins in this too, right? Caverns.
Yeah, there's another cavern coming up. But, okay, so they got out through the door that they couldn't open.
Yeah, it was just open.
Okay, wait for this.
They didn't have to struggle to open it or nothing. It was just open.
Here we're knocking down our shitty Poltergeist 3 set. But once they get out...
Oh.
Tracey Walter's gonna have a fucking nonsense line.
Look at that wonderful world of Disney shot.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. So now we get to... Okay, we got an hour left. We're approaching the halfway mark. Which is good because now we have to kick off the second act in high gear with Bombada betraying Conan, but Conan being such a badass, he's going to kill all these fuckers in his... This is what Thundar the Barbarian wore, though, right? This outfit he's got on.
Similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we also we got Grace Jones kicking ass. We're going to establish that Tracey Walter will jump on somebody's back and stab them in the kidneys during every action scene, and it will be portrayed as some exciting sequence. But here, I believe we have Sven.
Wait, yeah. Yeah, that's him. Trying to obscure his fate.
Now, if you'll remember in the first movie, we made lots of jokes about how Sven clearly did not understand what was going on. In this movie, Sven was just able to deal with the horse doing that shit. Like, Sven's fucking on it for this movie. And this is his scene. And if you saw him in the first parade of the troops, the procession.
We should point out it was dark, right?
What?
Now it's midday, it looks like.
No. Well, yes, it was. That doesn't make sense either because they went and got her at dawn. So why was it nighttime? They spent the whole day there, is what happened. They made a day of it, and now it's the next day. And okay, so Conan's got...
There's the trailer pose.
Yeah.
Arnold is back.
Grab a hammer. Now, this was the Conan face. Arnold, for a hot minute, tried different faces in roles.
Well, there's the Conan face, and then there's the smirk.
Yeah, there's the smirk, but there's also the oh, surprise look, which he does a little bit in here, but his like lifting face, Conan or Arnold would stop doing the lifting face. Pretty soon after this era. He'd also learn how to control his googly eyes. Okay, so now Wilt Chamberlain's going to kick his ass. And he's going to be like, "Oh,
why?
I thought you kidnapped her." Now, it appears in this scene that Conan is suspicious of Wilt Chamberlain.
Mm-hmm.
He will not in any way be suspicious of Wilt Chamberlain, who has just lied to him about the Queen's Guard betraying.
This is an alternately wise, alternately dopey Conan.
Very much so. To the point, while he's over here getting drunk, I thought he was doing it as a gag, like to trick Wilt Chamberlain to see what's going on. But no, he's just getting drunk. And now Tracey Walter's gonna try to molest Grace Jones. Yeah. And she doesn't get to do shit to him. Fucking sucks. Followed by this, the little girl is going to try to seduce Arnold. Mm-hmm. PG.
Yeah. Yeah, should have stuck him. Tracey Walter looks like somebody out of Escape from New York.
He kind of does that or Mad Max 3.
Yeah.
But he's just playing an incel. Okay. Can't remember if.
Drunk face.
Yeah.
The kingdom I was promised. The kingdom I was promised.
Yeah. Because Conan watched the end credits of the first movie.
I'm starting not to like his wig in this one.
It's a bit much. It gets to be a bit much.
It doesn't look as natural as the first one.
No, and with his fucking, like,
It's too light.
his tan,
Yeah.
it's very weird. This should be a good scene. So, Conan teaching the princess to be a fucking warrior would have been a good movie. Right? Like, we can see the good movie here. But then they don't have Olivia Diabo do anything with her warrior training she's about to get.
No, none. Jesus. 14.
I can't remember. We might have missed it. Hopefully we did. She talks to somebody about the birds and the bees. It's a lot. Not Conan, though. I think
No, it's
Grace
Grace.
Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of this fucking movie I forgot. I don't remember this sequence being this long.
She was the sister on the Wonder Years?
Yep.
Dude, I totally forgot.
She left after a while, though. I think her character married David Schwimmer, of all people.
Was she in a South African action movie? I believe she was. Who's Paul Lynch? She was in movies directed by Paul Lynch,
Uh,
the director of Prom Night and RoboCop: The Future of Law Enforcement, the pilot.
uh,
Awkward. Okay, then she's on Growing Pains, Crash Course.
oh, that was a TV picture.
Okay. Alyssa Milano,
There you go.
who Tina Yothers.
Oh, yeah. It was one of those, God, the 80s. They would get the teen actors from all the different sitcoms.
Yeah, and they did this with
Yeah, they did Crash Course. There was another one called something about the prom. There
but
was
I mean, this already
Camp
came up.
Cucamonga.
Yeah, this came up off pod because Michael J. Fox did one.
Yeah, he did a couple.
Yeah, so we
He
were
did
talking
High School
around those.
USA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but no. And it
High School
was
USA, Poison Ivy.
because until God, I don't even know until what? Probably the aughts.
Hmm.
Prime time. Well, no, until yeah, the 90s. Well, no, I guess the mid 90s was a difference, but in the 80s, the only there wasn't anything else for teenagers or teenagers to really watch except network TV. There wasn't a lot of
Uh-huh.
cable yet, not enough cable to make a push for an audience base, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
so you would try to, you do your, and I mean, network, what is it? Night of Stars was the same thing, was you were trying to get people to cross over to other products
Uh-huh.
and you're using, the TV
Battling it. Oh,
movie
man.
engine. Yeah, Battle of the Network Stars.
Shit.
Oh no,
I
she
didn't know
talks
they
to
had
Tracey
so many of those.
Walter about sex first. That's right. That's
Yeah, and then
inappropriate.
she volleys between, because she already asked, she was great on, Olivia Dabo was great on Law and Order, Criminal Intent.
Oh yes, she
Yeah,
was Moriarty. That's right.
yeah.
Yes, yeah. That's yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Like if I could get all of her episodes, those were like the best ones.
All right. So now we're looking like a. Looks like we're cutting between two filming locations. I hope this wasn't some national park that they ruined.
And Mako has not had a line
Oh, in ages,
a
absolute
long
ages.
time at this point.
You would forget he's the at
Yeah, you
some
forget he's
point.
there.
I'm like, wait, who's that? And I'm like, oh, it's Mako, not Tracey Walter, since they're roughly the same height. Okay, so now we're going to get to another one of our nicer
Yeah.
composites, but then we're going to go inside this poor thing, and it's going to be a Conan the Barbarians or Conan the Destroyer set.
Ugh.
I wonder if this is from like a comic panel, like just the opening of the door is a really good shot.
Might be. Because there was a lot of that Conan opening big heavy ass
I
doors.
think there's like covers that are Conan opening
Mm-hmm.
heavy doors. Yeah.
Yeah, opening a door or lifting some shit.
Okay, so now we're to location two. Well, we didn't really talk about enough. Like Sarah Douglas told Conan this, but like he wasn't paying attention, and neither were we. And she didn't explain it with enough. Fucking Olivia Diabo's like a fucking mystic and shit. Like she's psychic when it
All right,
comes to
she knows.
this. Yeah,
And
she's
she's in
like,
tune.
yeah. Also, spoiler alert, this entire time you need to take into account that she knows she's going to be sacrificed.
Yeah, but she's told this guy. Didn't she told the god is like some great deity or whatever?
Yeah, but it's her destiny. So lots of
Yeah.
things don't make sense in terms of character motivation. But I gotta love just the Jack Cardiff, like, look at the warm lights. It's just,
Yeah, the light.
Jack. He's so good. We st Oh shit. We
Mhm.
weren't paying attention. I think wait, we haven't seen her train yet, have we?
Hmm.
Did we? Did we see Olivia Diabo train with the sword and the bow yet?
I think so, because
Well, we missed it then. There's a beautiful shot where Grace Jones's face takes up about half the frame, and it's just so beautifully lit. Jack Cardiff knows what he's doing, but we missed that because we were talking shit about it being a creep ass movie, because it kind of is a creep ass movie. Um, I mean, it's just like also take into account they didn't fucking creep. I mean, all right, Alyssa Milano was younger, but like not.
well, she ended up with Arnold in Commando.
That's what I was thinking is that
Yeah,
like,
and they have kind of a. You watch the opening to that. It's like, is that his daughter or are they married?
Arnold didn't know how to act different opposite other people for a while. Like,
Well, they do have the goof shit where he's like gets ice cream splattered on his face and he has a goof ass. But the way it's done is kind of like they could have been on a date
right.
or
I
something.
haven't seen that in ages.
Oh God. Honestly, the character Malik could have been somebody younger.
Yeah, it's all very.
This was around Temple of Doom.
No, I mean, that's the thing is, it's all like the things you needed to fix were so minimal for it to be fine.
Mm. Man, he should have been a kid.
He could have been a love interest for the princess.
Mm.
Like, yeah.
Would have had reason enough to leave his ass behind at the end.
Right. There that would have been fine too. Like and it would have yeah. Okay, so here's where Mako gets his big scene and Conan ignores him. Dipshit is playing with all the stuff. So I
Ugh.
wonder if there's a cut scene involving his shit because
Right.
it's a recurring bit and it doesn't really
Yeah, there's no payoff.
no. Also, if nobody has noticed, the mark appears to be on the 14-year-old's boob.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so there's clearly a cut scene of that being okay. So he just found out she's gonna. Has his mustache changed during the movie? It seems like it has.
Probably. There's a lot of
Okay.
pre and post. There's got to be a lot of post in this. Reshoots.
Yeah. We get Arnold. It's amazing Arnold didn't get skin cancer. Like,
He does look like a friggin' vein of beef left in the pot too long.
just like Richard Fleischer likes him. Weird. Okay, so now we get.
Oh,
I mean, this is
wait.
no, because she's got to go get the horn.
Yeah, but can you even hear her dialogue? What?
No, because she's got to walk through fire. Like she
Mm.
was, you know.
Well, she was like saying some sort of incantation or whatever.
Yeah, because they cut the parts where she's a witch.
That's weird.
Yes, but they probably cut them because she was fucking naked during them. So, okay, we're just going to talk about it really quick. We're not going to go into detail. In 1984, there was a movie called Bolero that apparently has a naked Olivia Diablo in it, which is
Oh
kind of fucked
yeah,
up because she was 14. And that is just John Derek's thing. So, you
yeah.
know,
He could have been the next Bo Derek, I guess. Right? That's
it,
how he moved. He went from Linda Evans to Bo Derek.
that's right. I forgot about Linda Evans.
Yeah, he had a thing for those blondes,
Yeah. So
and they
Olivia
all looked alike.
Diabo, presumably, I hope Dan Loria was like, I mean, I'll fucking kill him if he comes on the set of Wonder Years. Okay, so now she's got the horn. Now the movie can finally go to the final. You can finally go to the final stage, and the open map
Yeah,
is unlocked now.
we've earned the Horn Trophy.
We only have a half hour left, so the Conan movies, the first one went too long. This one, arguably, if it were better, would go just a little bit too short. Um,
Well,
they
this was made
do,
in a time where multiplexes were coming up.
yeah,
We got to get them in, get them out.
but also they handle like the sort of saga pacing of shit very well in these. Like the adventure saga, it they don't get dragged down. For one of these to not get dragged down, um,
I think what, first one is probably the only what barbarian movie that's about 2 hours.
it's gotta be. I mean, we could check at some point, but yeah, it's kind of gotta be. Like, what else would be?
Because they said, yeah, I know. Because they said after Conan the Barbarian, they clearly said, no, we can't
Eight
make
to
them this fucking
nine
long.
minutes, folks. That's the target. 8 to 9 minutes. Well, it's just a very weird, like, who is your audience for? Like, you're making a kids movie. You're trying to appeal to teenage boys in an incredibly problematic way that is also appealing to fucking creeps. Like, it's just, it's too Dino. Like, it's too 70s in the wrong ways. Like,
I'm just kind of surprised they never did one of these more like a actual Dungeons and Dragons movie. Because when they went that route, it was just always some King Arthur shit or something back
um,
then. Excalibur.
you got to do the dragons.
The only one I can recall is God, Sword and a Sorcerer? No, that
Yeah.
was no
No?
Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, Dragon Slayer is the only one with a dragon, I
Only
think.
one with a dragon, yeah.
It was too much.
At least till what, Willow.
Yeah, and that was
Mm,
LucasArts.
mm-hmm.
And that would be the last dragon until Dragon Heart,
Yeah,
I
till
believe. Like,
Dragonheart, yeah. Man, that's wild.
I guess How to Train Your Dragon live actions, out now or something. Okay, so now Wilt Chamberlain is trying to kill Conan. Everybody should have seen him, but now we get a reverse. I was like, I can't believe
Right.
you did a reverse. Like, you lazy fucks. You did a reverse. Why didn't you have him rolling before? Like, come on.
Right, because you
Because the door took forever to open is why. But nobody's suspicious of Will Chamberlain. Like Grace Jones didn't see him.
no,
Mako
nobody
didn't
saw
see
him.
him. Nobody
They were all too
saw him.
distracted somehow.
Princess isn't suspecting anything. Like, even though she should be, because she's fucking magic. Dipshit should have seen it because he was over by the door controls. It's just not good.
Ah,
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
Now I can finally see what a Kiro can do. Uh,
What the hell else was Tracey Walter in before this?
and did he always play Scuzzy? He always looks unwashed. Wasn't he a Repo Man too?
Not there yet. Yes, he was in Repo Man. He was in Uncredited and Deal of the Century. He was on Rumblefish. Guest starred in a bunch of stuff. He was in Honky Tonk Man. He was in Time Rider. I forgot about that. He mustn't have stood out like this.
Hmm.
He'd been around. He got started in 71. So, yeah.
Right on, Mako. Another damn cave.
I mean, at some point he got like basic, like, this is the worst I've ever seen him, like,
Mm.
by far. It's also
Well,
the most I've ever seen him.
he became kind of a cut rate Dick Miller.
Yeah, yeah, he was basically just like in everything for a
Just shows
scene.
in, yeah, he shows up
He's
and
just
shit. And then,
like there's a bunch of stuff where he's like the guy who works at the counter. Like,
yep, something wild.
but also Midnight Run a year later, and then also in fucking Veronica Mars, and then also in
Mm.
something else. And it's just like
Yeah.
just shows up for that one shot. Okay. So how much did we talk about the Sinbad movies last week? Did we talk
Eh,
about them at all?
not really.
I mean,
I had wanted to go back to those.
I
I
I've
saw
seen
the
like
old ones.
one of them. Yeah, we could do a Sinbad season. That'd be fucking weird. But like there were Sinbad movies, everybody. Every once in a while there'd be a Sinbad movie, and the other ones would play in revival houses and play on TV.
Yeah, that
And
was the other angle of fantasy.
I think
Sinbad and the Arabian Nights and all that.
yeah. And so like there were adventure movies,
Oh shit, that's
effects
right.
driven adventure movies, but like they were
We
they're
totally overlooked.
hmm,
Lou was
Hercules
doing the Hercules
in
movies,
Italy. So
and
Italy,
he,
so yeah,
yeah, in Italy, where what he did a Sinbad movie, I think.
I think you did. I vaguely remember that poster. Italy, folks, for those who don't know, doesn't do what doesn't do synchronized sound. I believe they do now, but for many years they just didn't worry about synchronized sound, and so they everything was dubbed.
Mm,
Um, And so that's why you have, the spaghetti western, a Italian movie shot in Spain, right? Like and everybody's speaking a different language because it doesn't matter. They're just speaking
Uh-huh.
their dialogue because you're going to dub it all later. Um, and that kept going through the 80s, or at least the early to mid 80s. I totally forgot about that. Even though we're going to be for the Sandal Bergman season, we're going to do She, which is one of those. It's an Italian movie.
Uh,
But you would also have like Canon around this time too,
yeah,
right?
Canon, but
Like
they were trying to. Their whole thing is we're gonna make American movies our way. They very much emulated America. Even when they shot somewhere else, it was always supposed to be America. I forgot what they shot over there, and they were like trying to pass it off as LA.
so the last time we saw the statue was in, I thought,
Yeah, her quarters.
her quarters, and now it's in, the common space from whatever.
And they probably had a hell of a time moving that motherfucker.
I guess so. Like,
Slaves come in and slaves go out.
all right. Tracey Walter is so annoying during discussion.
Oh, here's the thing. A brother's cousin's sister, some stupid.
mhm.
I remember that. Okay, yeah.
I don't see Squiggy really making this better.
Well,
Um,
David Lander knows how to ad lib. I'm sure he would have had a different approach to.
yeah. Oh yeah, so Dagoth, created by Carlo Rambaldi, who created E.T. and the 1976 King Kong. Um, Nobody talks about this. Nobody says
No,
Carlo Rambaldi, creator of Dagoth, and you shall see why.
yeah, it's not.
Like it's
He's in no
actually
way
a
impressive.
solid horror sequence, like horror action sequence with like, but it's not. The special effects are bad.
And the inside of the creature is didn't they say it's Andre the Giant?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I thought it was all puppet because like it had 12 puppeteers or something. I just thought it was all
Uh,
puppet.
right.
That'll be the most personality Grace gets to show for a while.
They said, y'all shut the fuck up.
And then we get this weird ass music too. It's just like
Well, no, this is another callback.
to
This
the
is the chamber music in the Church of Thulsa Doom.
oh, okay. Um
So it could be that they were followers of Thulsa Doom. If you wanted to,
I think I have
spin
some,
off.
yeah, some more trivia that's going to burst that bubble for you.
Oh,
I think it's a big Wednesday callback. I'm not kidding. Hold on, let me see.
dumbass guards. Yeah. Oh, all right.
Okay, maybe not. There's music from Big Wednesday that appears in this,
Mm,
but I don't know. Let's see.
here comes the next boss battle. Make sure you got all the moves you earned earlier in the game because you won't beat
Right.
this one. Oh,
Notice how long it takes Conan to tell everybody to go save
right.
her.
Duh.
I think I'm fucking right. Hold on. Oh my God.
Oh.
So he finally told her to go save the girl. Come on, where's Big Wednesday?
Yes. Oh yeah. This was also the year of Ghostbusters. So
Yeah,
84 was a lot of special effects, a lot of experimental shit.
but not the year to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This is post Poltergeist, which was
Yeah. Also, when you take into account Poltergeist and like when we're talking about the ghost monster and or the whatever in Supergirl, like they
mm-hmm.
should have been able to do that post Poltergeist. It should have been fine.
Yeah. Okay, so
There it is. Come
Conan
on.
does not have his headband on.
Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so
Raw.
here's our fucking monster. Here's what we were waiting for.
And already it just downs Sarah Douglas just taken off the board.
Right, which, she basically got to do nothing but,
Will be Evil Lynn for a whole
yeah.
movie, and then
Okay, so that music is used again. I thought it was music that came from Big Wednesday, but no. It was just a poorly written sentence on Wikipedia.
uh,
This fucking piece of shit thing. It looks like Gigan from Godzilla mixed with like the creature from Bog Creek or something. Like Like
It looks like it's unfinished.
Yeah. Well, now that you say that, I mean, this whole sequence feels like it's a little unfinished. Like,
oh yeah, like it should have a monster face. I don't know whose idea was to,
yeah. Well, maybe the reason we're looking at it like that is because it's so badly.
hmm
It looked like fucking meatloaf with a carrot stuck in it if we looked at it head on.
Uh,
So we were, in terms of lighting effects, we were also a year after The Keep, which did a bunch with fucking lightning and lights and shit like this.
oh yeah,
Like they should
and Dreamscape.
and Dream, yes. So like Conan could not afford to be shown up in 1984. Conan needed to deliver. Like outside the good composite shots that we've had and some of the cast, like this movie doesn't look better than My Science Project. Like effects wise, I don't think it does. Like,
Oh, this is pretty much the climax of my science project.
yeah,
A windy room with a lot of lights blinking.
this also is unnecessarily foul. Wait for it, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why did we have to fucking go through all of the pulling? Like, it's weird.
Toss. Ooh. Da-da-da-da-da.
Shit's fucking draining out of the fucking cornhole. Like, oh, nope.
It looks kind of like the fly right there. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It should have just flipped over, so ate his ass, and then died.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's
Still
that.
not fucking over yet, though. We've got to
Oh,
rip off the end of Star Wars for some reason.
I love Grace in this part. The hair.
Yeah, fucking amazing.
She's the original Dora Milaje before they started shaving their heads bald.
See, they could have had a fun, like, friendship together or something. And, but I mean, this, like, sets it up like it was the princess's story, and it wasn't. And you could have done that if you'd wanted to. You didn't, but you could have. It wouldn't have been hard. Wasn't 80, we hadn't yet had, or 83 was Star Hunter, right? Or whatever.
Mm.
The Peter Strauss, Molly Ringwald,
Oh, Space Hunter. Yeah.
Space Hunter. Yeah.
Jeez. Well, Ernie Hudson's in that, I think.
never ending. Why? And now
is Chewie gonna get his medal in this?
Oh no, something else is gonna happen.
All right. Oh, yeah.
There you go. I also like how we've got guards in the back up on the balcony that no longer has a way to get up to the balcony. They took out the staircase.
Yeah, look at
that. Certainly not the last shot from Conan the Barbarian, or the last visual sequence from that. Like, can't win.
Yeah, this is budget right here.
It's like, Dick Fleischer, Dino, talk to Dick. Dick Fleischer wants me to kiss back when the little girl kisses. I'm not kissing back. It's a close-up shot. It's a close-up shot, Dino. I was talking to Nancy Reagan, and she wants to see this. She wanted to sit on my lap, but then so the IMDb trivia page is like this ending makes no sense because of the weapons that are there. And isn't this the exact same shot from the first one? Isn't it reused footage?
It might be. So I wouldn't see any other reason to do it again. A sequel.
Okay. Foreground miniatures. Hell yes. Emilio Ruiz del Rio. Good job, sir. Okay.
Creative makeup.
I didn't say good job to Peppers. However, if there's a costume designer for Olivia Diabo, I hope that person is in jail. Okay. Obviously, Conan would never return, at least not played by Arnold. There'd be the TV series. Now, what's very strange is, someday when we do Red Sonja, that's going to be, I'm not Conan, but I was written to, we changed the name, type deal. Like,
well, according to Fanon, it really is Conan.
He's
he just goes by a different name because that's how he rolled back then or something.
Yeah, I was like, he could just be giving her the wrong name for some reason. I said when I was 7 because, like, okay, there's all of our stuntmen.
Master of the Sword.
Then this came back much, 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 much later. It ended up with Millennium Films, which cannot have helped things. And then it came back with Conan the Barbarian in 2011, starring
Jason Momoa.
And it's just supposed to be a piece of shit, right? Like,
I saw it once. I can't tell you a damn thing about it.
I was hoping it'd be good because there'd been the wonderful Kurt Busiek, Carrie Nord, Conan's comic series in between this and stuff. Like,
now there is an adaptation of this.
Yes,
but it's written, I think, as a what do you call it? Pat Roach was what you call it? It's not Conan the Destroyer. It's written as another story, but it uses elements of this, like the young princess and the horn.
Yeah, it's the original story treatment from Jerry Conway and Roy Thomas. It's like the Crown of Azeroth or something. It was a Marvel graphic novel. But they did also do a comic book adaptation of this. So you can compare. Yeah. So unfortunate. Wish it worked out better for Conan. Arnold showed up to work whether he liked the tone or not. Grace Jones was delightful. Mako was fun. Sarah Douglas was fine. She didn't really get a lot to do. She got those costumes, but not a lot to do. And Wilt held it together for most of it. But Tracey Walter doesn't help. It being pervy as shit doesn't help. So yeah, I think I like the Basil Polidorus score more in this one than I did in the first one. So there's that.
Well, the first one was trying for epicness. This had had a couple more. He did with this with what Williams did, with Star Wars and then The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
created a couple more themes, which is right.
So we will be back next time with. It's not our first Statham on the podcast, is it?
I don't know.
We never did Expendables.
No.
He never guest starred on Titans, so it might be. Welcome to the podcast, to 709 Meridian next week. Welcome Jason Statham and Ben Foster in 2011's The Mechanic, followed by 2017's Why the Fuck Did They Ever Make a Sequel to The Mechanic 2. The reason they made a sequel to The Mechanic is because it was an incredibly popular streaming or video hit or something.
And Statham was probably bored.
Yeah, I mean, and they're like, "Will you make a Mechanic 2?" And I'm sure he was like, "Of course I will." I'm Jason Statham.
All you have to do is ask nicely.
I've never said no to a movie in my life. Okay.
Ask nicely and bring him a basket of strawberries.
All right. You got anything else for Conan here?
No, I like both of them, but yeah, the Destroyer it's not bad either. It's just mid as far as those go. It's not any better than like Beastmaster or some shit. But it came out in the midst of all of those. Those kind of the sword and sorcery barbarian pictures sort of wrapped up when those twins, the barbarians, were doing those movies.
And they were wrestlers, right? Or no?
I don't know. I think they were bodybuilders. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Just stumbled upon because they had been in movies. They were in DC Cab. They appeared in places, and then somehow that movie for them, was their stepping stone to their little thing.
To their stardom.
Right. To their 5 fucking minutes. So they got replaced by the 3 ninjas.
All right, everybody.
So, yeah. We'll leave y'all with that thought. Till next time, good evening.